October 8, 2009. Dale Jamison, 44, his wife Sheryl, 40, and their daughter Madyson, 8 years old, left their home in Eufaula, Oklahoma on a clear afternoon. They were driving a Chevy Tahoe to pick up horse feed near the small town of Bachito, roughly an hour south. Around 4:30 p.m., Dale called his mother from the road. His voice was calm. He said they'd be home by nightfall. They never made it. By dawn, the Tahoe was discovered parked on a rural forest road near Panola Mountain. All 3 family members were gone. The engine was off. The doors were locked. Inside the vehicle, their German Shepherd remained alive, but distressed. On the driver's seat, $40,000 in cash, sitting untouched. The physical evidence created an immediate paradox. How does a family of 3, including a child barely taller than 4 feet, vanish from a locked vehicle without a trace? The truck showed no signs of struggle. Mud covered the surrounding area, yet investigators found no footprints leading away from the vehicle. No drag marks. No disturbed vegetation. Rescue teams searched 15,000 acres around the discovery site using dogs, helicopters, and ground crews. For nearly 4 months, nothing emerged. Then, in February 2010, deer hunters found human remains 6 miles away in terrain already searched twice. The distance, the time elapsed, and the condition of the remains raised immediate questions about how bodies move through dense Oklahoma forest, and whether human remains could travel so far undetected. On May 10, 2010, the Pushmataha County Sheriff's Office closed the case. Official cause: familial homicide-suicide. Authorities concluded that Dale Jamison killed his wife and daughter, then took his own life. The theory rested on a single psychological premise that financial stress and marital tension led Dale to a moment of catastrophic violence. The remains were recovered. They did not contradict this narrative. But they also raised unanswered questions. No suicide note was ever recovered. No weapon was found. No definitive evidence of how the alleged murders occurred was ever made public. The case file remained sealed and the investigation halted. 2 competing explanations remain. First, a family in crisis. Dale Jamison faced financial trouble. The $40,000 in the truck, was it evidence of desperation or proof he couldn't have been in control of his actions? Second, a family erased. The locked doors, the untouched money, the remains found miles away after intensive searching. These details suggest a scenario the official record does not address. What if they left that vehicle against their will? What if the physical evidence at the scene was not neglect, but deliberate staging? In October 2013, a photograph surfaced. It showed Dale, Sheryl, and Madyson alive, but emaciated and injured, captive in an unknown location. No investigative agency has ever publicly verified or explained this image. 16 years after October 8, 2009, the Jamison family remains unsolved. A Chevy Tahoe was found on an Oklahoma forest road. Inside, a locked German Shepherd, $40,000 in untouched cash, and a family gone. The official record says Dale Jamison committed homicide-suicide. But the locked doors say otherwise. The untouched money says otherwise. And the photograph released years later, never explained by authorities, still insists that what happened in the Oklahoma wilderness defies the narrative we have been given. The case is closed. The truth, perhaps, remains locked inside that vehicle.